So we're going to learn how to solve multi-step inequalities. So basically whatever you have learned for the last couple of weeks, use all that you have learned so far to solve the linear multi-step inequalities. So say we have solved the inequality. So we added 1, we divided by 4. Now we did not switch the sign because 4 is positive. So remember when we learned that in the previous lesson. So now we're going to try it again with another example. So we subtracted 5. We got negative y over 3. We times by 3. And that will give you... Now when you divide by negative 1, the inequality would switch. Right? Remember that? And now we rewrite it, y on the left hand side. And by when you rewrite it, the open mouth is still towards the y, right? So that didn't change anything, but it's just like you just rearrange the terms. Let's do another example. This is just all practice. So now here it's a combination of distributive property, right? So the more you practice on this, the better you're going to get on this one. So you have negative 12n plus 4 that's greater than negative 12n. Now this question is slightly different if you see that. Plus 5.2, there's a decimal here. And when you see that, you see and 4 is bigger than 5.2. Which is a false statement, right? 4 is not bigger than 5.2. 4 is less than 5.2. So that means there's no solution. Now let's see another one, again distributive property. And now again, because we are dividing by a negative number, the inequality would switch. Okay? And that's, we solve it. Right? We got a less than or equal. So, right? Let's do our last example just to see how it goes. Again, more distributive property. Is negative 1 less than or equal to 7? It's true, right? So that means when it comes out to be a true statement, it's going to be, solution is like all real numbers. So when you have a situation where it's a false statement, you will say no solution. But when it's a true statement, you want to say all real numbers. All right, so we in this lesson are learning, or we just learned how to solve multi-step inequalities using all the strategies we've learned so far, right? And the more practice you're going to work on this, when you work on the assignment and even otherwise, when you practice on the practice questions, the better you're going to get.